Hi, and today I'm talking about Midnight Mass, which is the third Netflix horror series created by Mike Flanagan. And if you've seen the previous two projects, Haunting of Hill House and Haunting of Bly Manor, you will not be disappointed with Midnight Mass. It's just as good, if not better, and it's got all the same typical Flanagan suspense, plot twists, revelations. It's a really good program. Um, Essentially, the show follows one of the characters, Riley, who is trying to get his life back together after being released from prison for killing a lady from drunk driving. He's returned to his childhood home, which is on a sort of isolated island community, and it's the sort of home where people strive to get away from. It's a really boring, mundane existence, where everybody knows everybody else's business. Every day is just a routine. Nothing ever happens. It's just you can understand why people want to run away from this sort of thing. But he goes back and he's struggling to get his life back together, as I say, because he's just riddled with guilt and remorse. And at first, it seems like nothing at all has changed. Everything's just as it always was, still boring, still mundane. But this all changes when a new priest arrives, Father Paul, played by Hamish Linklater, who plays the role really, really well. To be fair, he really gets across that essence of somebody who really, truly wants to do good for the community and wants to do God's work. And but I say, with his arrival, everything seems to change. Apparent miracles are happening, and all other magical things. The program's it's got really good direction. It flows beautifully. It's very binge watchable. You can just sit and one episode flows into the other one seamlessly, and after about the third episode, you'll probably find yourself hooked, or at least I did. And so Flanagan's done as usual, where he's just created really believable characters who you generally feel for. Some you dislike, some you'll hate. And he's brought back a lot of the cast from his other two projects, which I think's quite a good thing, really. And it's a sign that Flanagan's got that whole Christopher Nolan vibe going on, where if he likes your work, he's gonna continue to use you, as I said, which I think is a good thing. Kate Siegel, who was appeared in the other previous two projects, she's in this. She plays Erin, the local school teacher. As I said, the main character, or one of the main characters is Riley, and he's played by Zach Gilford. You may recognise him as Danny from The Family. And Father Paul's played by Hamish Linklater, but the standout performance in the whole show is by Samantha Sloyan. I think I've pronounced that right. I apologise if I haven't. She gives a powerhouse performance and creates a character you absolutely loathe by the end of the program. She's really good in this program, and she deserves all the plaudits she gets from it. As I said, it's really well made. The direction, the soundtrack is great. It marries into the storyline and the atmosphere perfectly. And if you like Neil Diamond, you're going to like this soundtrack. And let's face it, if you don't like Neil Diamond, you don't like music. But yeah, it's a really good program, really good watch. And I think what makes it really good is you get a lot of horror series and horror films where it's all really outlandish stuff happening, like aliens and werewolves and zombies and all this sort of thing. But I think the real good horror stories is when it's something that can actually happen in real life and does happen in real life. And I don't want to give too much of it away. Obviously, like some of the stuff that does happen in the program, we'd all like to think is make believe, doesn't exist, but some of it actually does, like sort of a cultish environment where people are brainwashed and convinced into doing things that are pretty terrible, but they're convinced they're doing it for the greater good. Let's say, give it a watch. It's really, really good. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. But if you are going to watch it, please watch it without seeing any spoilers first, because that would just ruin the entire experience for you. But hey, give it a watch. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm going to give this a very big 4.5 Stay Puffs out of 5. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.